What's going on, guys? Good afternoon. Welcome aboard to the aftermarket recap. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. My apologies, my webcam is having a little bit of issues. I've been trying to unplug it in and out. I'll see if I can work on it after I do the video tonight. So the video should be all set moving forward, but it's just not working for me today. Either way, welcome aboard. Thanks again for joining me. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click on that white logo, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Really do appreciate it as always. Make sure to hit that like button if you love these videos. A lot to talk about today. Let's go ahead and do it. Dow Jones closed down 797 points. NASDAQ fell 3.62%. Big move to the downside. S&P broke some key levels. We're going to go over that here in a second. Down 2.95%. The VIX 13.98% at 36.45. Equal weight S&P fared better than the regular S&P, down 2.77%. Small caps took a hit as well, down 2.49%. The dollar index jumped today, 0.62, nearing that $100 level. Yields also went up a little bit, not too much, 1.751 on the 10-year. Gold went up 1.49%. We have GLD calls. SLV was up about a quarter point. We have SLV calls. Taking a look here at Bondland, fixed income. High yield credit lost 0.87%. Not as bad as investment grade, down 1.21%. That's LQD on your brokerage, your broker. Crude oil, again, continuing to soar higher, 120.32. Remember, we hit as high as around 127 overnight on futures. So we did have a little bit of a fall. We filled that gap here if you were following us on Twitter this morning. But again, we are bouncing off this 50-day, this yellow line right here on the 1 hour. Let's take a look here at gasoline. That's RB. And you can see pretty much a relatively the same move that you got in crude oil. So realistically, where can crude oil go? Well, that's where we're going to have to expand here a little bit and see exactly where we are in relative to where we were before. So if I can go and bring up here, maybe the max. There we go. So we did break out. Again, we were looking at this was possible the level that where we may reject around 114, but we broke above that. And now we're settling right around 120.50. So really the highest you can go now, if we go back to 2008, is right around 147.27. Could we break above that? Absolutely. If you're an oil bull, you're expecting to continue higher. Maybe a break of that 123 level, possibly, where you could start riding it higher to 130 and then possibly to 150. It is all beholden to what's happening in Europe and what could happen if we embargo Russia with their imports of oil. So again, we may get some panic buying in terms of futures in oil. Today, what we did for the most part, we did trade. We had a SPY call that we had for the weekend. It was 32% on Friday. Never got that over that hump that we wanted. It fell towards the end of the session on Friday. We held it for the weekend. Gap down, obviously. We took a hit. We had a nice little gap up. We thought maybe we could squeeze something out of it, and then we were just rejected towards the 10 o'clock hour. It really started around 9 o'clock where we got that turn. So we continued all red hourly candles. So we did get QQQ puts. We also got Boeing puts today. Well done. We also got some SPY puts that we did with students, but well done across the board. I mean, sometimes when you do puts, it does run a bit slower. Those premiums can be a little running slow unless you catch a really good falling knife where you really start seeing some indiscriminate selling was what we got today. So we really loaded up on puts today. Again, I have no issues of doing puts at all as long as we can catch them up or down. It's whatever the opportunity comes in. So that's where I want to speak about where I talked about on Instagram as well. I also put a note on a technical basis speaking. All we are is really right between another channel. So we see here 4101 being the absolute low, 4252. I've talked about that over and over on Twitter. We got that break. That was your level to short, and we got continued downside. SPY was just really expensive, so we did Qs and we did Boeing. I also have an AMD put, and I also have an Apple put that is still running. I also did IWM on my own. I was going to send it out, but I did not send it out. I just did Qs instead. So I caught 30% for that one. If I held a little longer, I probably would have got 40. But taking a look at it for the perspective, again, when your support breaks, now that's your new resistance if you're looking to the next channel, obviously. So below 42.52, guys, it's a short all day, all the way till possibly 41.01. If not, you're going to get to around 41.59. 41.59 breaks, you're going to get to 41.01 anyways. And then now it's really just based on the one simple fact that can we hold the Russian invasion drop. And this was all done overnight. So again, lack of liquidity and everything. And look how it was bid up during the cash session. So could we get that possible double bounce, double bottom? Sure. But again, that's your target. 4160 would be my next target. So again, if you are trading SPY, possibly 416 if we don't get a continuation down. More likely we may break that overnight. Again, there's just a lot of bad news coming all at once. So again, you can't really, you could price in the Fed, you can price in kind of dot plots, possible maybe inflation with CPI, and so you can kind of chart that. You can't really chart a Russian aggression invasion of Ukraine. You can't chart that. It's really just based on headlines. So it's a lot of risk on both sides. I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to buy stocks here. I just would not yet. Just not. We may not be at the absolute low as of yet. I thought 42.62 was a low, and we broke that. We retested, and we held, and we finally broke. And again, all this move here was from overnight, where we got that breakdown. Could we revisit that overnight tonight? If Asia and Europe starts panic selling, absolutely. And then the problem would be is that if it does hold, we may get that cash session liquidity jump where the shorts cover their positions, and then we probably get back to around the 4,200 level. So again, I probably look for a little more weakness, maybe start getting 20 more handles from the downside overnight, 4160 or so. If we break 4160, then it's 4101 is what you're targeting. But after that, guys, it's where it gets really, really ugly. Taking a look here, you can see the Fibonacci extensions after 4101. You can start getting as low as 3664. Now, is that a probability? Probably a slim one, but 3918 isn't out of the realm of reality. You're talking the 100-day on a weekly chart. That may be that point where it may be worth a shot of getting in. So possibly buying some more stocks there. But again, we just have to wait and see. All right, so let's go ahead and answer some questions. Inverted yield curve not looking good. Yeah, again, you're starting to see the spreads widen between investment grade bonds and treasuries as well. Chinese stocks look bullish to me. Well, it depends on which Chinese stock you're looking at. I missed getting into AMD puts. I think it might run up in the morning. I'm hoping to get back hoping to get back in at the entry y'all did. Yeah, I mean, I think we are on AMD. Let me see if I can look at my phone. I have it here. Give me a second. AMD. AMD, my entry was right around $1.99. Right now, the stock is trading at after hours 102. It closed at 102.95. Yeah, again, it just really depends on futures. Semiconductors are getting hit. I hope you can get an entry. I just don't know that you will. If you take a look at the SMH, which is the semiconductor index, you can see that we're breaking really massive support at 248. So we may get to around 241. If it starts getting to 240, that's when it really gets ugly and you start getting down to lows from May of 2021, right around 230. So again, NVIDIA, AMD, and MU are definitely in play to start shorting. So even if you missed that AMD trade, Katiek, you could possibly take a look at NVIDIA, Qualcomm, or a Micron short. So either way, buy some DAL and Boeing instead of space. Well, I have DAL, but yeah, at the end of the day, that fell too. I mean, higher costs is going to hurt airlines at the end of the day. We know that. So again, any kind of travel and leisure is going to start taking hits as oil prices continue to jump higher. That's pretty much basically what we're expecting. If we take a look at the S&P heat map today, there was some green today, but not much. Energy, as we know, utilities were up today. Johnson & Johnson, relatively safe name, as we know. Costco, I own that. They had a really good earnings report. Not much. Charter Communications, some pockets of green. Aerospace and defense, the banks got really smoked even with higher interest rates. Again, you're starting to see pressure across the board, not just tech. Financials also taking a hit. I'm also long financials. Financials were down 3.66%. Cyclicals, again, these are the names that they're going to get squeezed out as energy prices go up. So, if you're looking for an opportunity down the line, maybe you can start taking a look at a McDonald's, a Nike, a Starbucks, Chipotle, those kind of names where you're starting to see the economy bounce back as inflation is tamed down the line. Is it a time to buy now? No, I don't think so yet. The idea is that we may have more downside. Again, it wouldn't be out of the realm of reality. We get below 4,000. And that'd be a better level where we are now. Again, the idea is not to exactly time it to the T, but to find the area where a price is really worth it, where we start seeing PE ratios fall a little bit more, where we're actually getting a little bit more of a discount based on the equity we're about to buy. What do you think about CVNA today? This is Carvana. Let's take a look at it. Carvana was up today about 1%, really just hit support, if anything, right around 101. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, pretty ugly. Again, another one of those kind of high beta growth names, technology friendly names, kind of the ARKK model. $100 seems to be that line in the sand. Would I buy anything today? I mean, used car prices are through the roof. Is this probably the peak that they're going to get for Carvana? That's pretty much the only thesis or the only headwind I have against a name like Carvana. Fang stocks, Google at 22 PE is nice. Oh, absolutely. But keep in mind, with these names, Google, Amazon, and those names, they're very low beta, so they're going to run with the S&P. Since these names are commoditized in the futures market by lumping them together with that E-mini futures contract, which affects the S&P, again, you're going to move as much as the S&P is going to move. So again, this is where I just wait. Again, I'm waiting for a better entry. I'm trying to see if maybe we'll get to 4,000 on the S&P, maybe 3,800, who knows? But again, I want to get the best bang for my buck. During the 2020 pandemic, 2,300 is where I bought, but yet we hit as low as 2,150. So again, I missed about 150 points. At the end of the day, who cares? I got a great level. BBBY, taking a look at that, you could see that big move today. You could take a look at the hourly, a pump and then a basically dump. But again, it is still up 34% for the day. Would I buy the stock just because some guy from GameStop owns it? No. That's not enough compelling reason to buy. For me, anyways. I think that you could take a look at Bed Bath and Beyond, but I don't know why would you want to buy in a 34% day. Maybe it get back to 16. Maybe you want to go and buy it, but speculative, I'd skip it. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Cheers.